You're walking around with your childhood best friend, like you're 3 years old. I got no respect for you. Get a job, get colleagues. I'm a big thing on this. Get some colleagues.
So they give you colleagues.
You got to move on from best friends. That childhood shit, like friendship bracelets as well. Move on.
Bracelets.
Move on.
No friendship bracelets.
Move on.
What about
Matching tattoos. No.
Hello and welcome to Debated on the Tube with Jordan Kensington. Today, we have the hilarious Alfie Dundas, who dislikes the best friend concept and cannot stand food photos or people obsessed with food banter. With a posh background, he has his self-proclaimed issues with other posh people. Ensuring an entertaining conversation. Like, share, comment, and subscribe to The Debated Show.
Right, let's get right into the magic red box.
I'm ready. Pick any of them?
Any of them, mate.
Okay, I'll take the top one. I'll read out 91% of people, according to a survey, are no longer friends with their best friend. Why do you think that is?
Wow, 91% of people, according to the survey, are no longer friends with their best friend.
How can you not be friends with your best friend?
This is it. Well,
Who wrote these questions?
Who knows? Well, I mean, are you friends with your best friend? Do you have a best friend when you're growing up with?
You mean
and when we say friends, we're talking best friends.
Am I still best friends with my childhood best friends?
With your childhood best friend?
Oh no, I'm not. That's
Do you
actually
see
a really
where
good
that
point.
question comes on point?
Okay, fine.
Yeah, and why not? What's happened?
My best friend I met when I was 3 years old. I made no commitment. I was a very mature child. I went, we'll see how long this lasts. I like you, but when we grow up, we're going to grow apart for sure. I think you just
knew when you were 3 years old. You had this notion in your head that when we grow up, like commitment is not going to be our full-time job.
I've always been a very mature child.
Fair enough.
When I came out of the womb, I thanked the midwife. I was a really polite child. I had a little top hat. No, I just think as a kid, I was aware that like if I like you now, there's no chance I'll like you when I'm 20.
That is quite clever.
Which is no offense. If my childhood best friend is watching this, like you were great at 3.
But now I'm full-grown adult.
I'm 25 years old.
It's gone past.
There's nothing you can offer me anymore.
Have you ever had them friends where you knew when you were growing up, like that come back now and they start reminding you of things? You don't remember when you were doing this at 15? Like, yeah, well, we're not 15 anymore.
Yeah, they always bring it up in front of my new friends.
Exactly. You're like, this is not funny anymore.
That's not good.
No one wants to be talking about that.
Do you remember when you cried?
Yeah,
it's like, well, that's not really relevant.
That's not really exciting right now. I hear you.
I didn't think it'd be 91% though. That feels like a. It's a bit much.
But maybe it's because there's been so much social media. Because a lot of people add so-called friends on social media, but they're not really your real friends, are they?
I guess if you flip it as well, 9% of people are still friends with their childhood best friend. And the more I think about it, if that's you got to grow up.
Oh no!
If you're still best friends.
If you're still best friends.
If you said to me, Jordan, now you were like, oh, this is my best friend, we've been best friends since we were 2, I'd lose quite a lot of respect for you. Because I go, how have neither of you two moved on?
But what if they say to you, look, the innocence is a thing. Having that innocence is a great way of freedom. Growing up is actually boring.
We're on the tube, it smells, it's hot. Like, grow up. You're walking around with your childhood best friend, like you're 3 years old. I got no respect for you. Get a job, get colleagues. I'm a big thing on this. Get some colleagues.
So they give you colleagues.
You got to move on from best friends. That childhood shit, like friendship bracelets as well. Move on.
Bracelets.
Move on.
No friendship bracelets.
Move on. Matching tattoos. No. Move on. Also, if you're getting a tattoo at 3, you've got bigger problems.
Oh yeah, no, that is. Who gave you the consent?
Some ideas for the parents.
There you go.
Don't let your kid get a tattoo. Don't let them get the friendship bracelet.
You say that, maybe the parents were best friends too.
Well, then your parents have got to grow up.
Do you know what I mean?
You got to grow up.
Everyone's got to grow up, right?
Everyone's got to grow up.
So the hashtag grow up.
That's the takeaway from this. If you're still 91%.
Do you know what? I normally would disagree, but I do agree with that. I think at some level you can remain friends, but the idea of best friend.
Are you still friends with your first best friend?
Never.
It's because you're an adult.
No, you know what? I'm friends. We're friends. We probably talk after every 5, 6, 7 years. I'll let you ring the bell because that was a really good take. You can ring the bell on that one. No, ring it harder, mate. Ring it. There you go. That was a really good take right there. Really good take.
What does the bell signify?
Well, the bell signifies the end of that take. Great. And it signifies that, that was a bell end good take.
That's great.
Fantastic. Right now,
that got me quite hyped. I got quite into that, actually.
No, same. What is your hot take?
What is my hot take?
Yeah.
Okay, number one, this is something I was thinking about this morning. If food is like a major part of your personality, I don't respect you at all.
So if food is a major part of your personality,
I'm fed up with
no
all
respect
this.
from Alfie.
Sorry to interrupt you, but it's and I'm talking to whoever's watching this. Stop posting about like, oh, I love food. Everybody eats. Like I don't have to. And also, my subtake here is small plates. We got to get rid of them.
Yeah, I mean that I agree.
Since the concept of a menu explained to me, I'm 25 years old. I've got no best friends. I don't need the concept of food. And why, all of a sudden in 2025, every single one of my friends has like a 1/8 Italian nonna who's like the only old woman in the world that can make passata. Everybody pretends to be Italian. Oh, no one makes pasta like my grandma makes.
Well,
it's fucking
does. It's
pasta. Go buy pasta from the shop. Go buy tomato sauce. I'm fed up with like I tell people I'm not a foodie. They look at me like I've shot them in the face.
Why should you be a foodie? You eat food.
I eat food to survive.
Hungry. That's it. What do you know what I mean?
I think we got to give up with that whole my food's my personality. And Americans, if you've got an American audience, you're the worst at this. You go to America, what's their national dish? Like, oh, New York, it's the slice.
So Alfie, what do you think about in China? There's like a 24-hour social media dedicated to watching people eat. What do you think of that?
I think we've lost the plot. I think it's a recession indicator that we are now watching other people eat
and that
rather than
successful. Next there'll be I'm sure there's an OnlyFans where people are watching people eat.
If you are watching other people eat, do you know how disgusting that is as well?
Nuts.
The ASMR and like with the like soup and noodle. Like I think we've all got to take a step back.
Do you know what? I actually agree with you. I mean, these are two takes I agree. I absolutely agree with you. The reason why is that I said this on the other take. One of our guests were here and they were talking about, taking pictures before they eat, and they said they've got to let the camera eat. I mean, what do you mean you've got to let the camera eat?
Okay, no, that's what I've not heard that.
Like when they go to a restaurant, they're influencing. When they go to a restaurant, they've got to let the camera eat.
I want to let me eat.
That's the whole point.
Want to
That's
eat.
how it used to be.
And also, this isn't going to be popular, leave the people that eat huel alone.
Okay.
Leave the huel alone.
Fair enough.
Okay?
Fair enough.
They're just trying to get by their day.
That's it.
It's got all the minerals. Yes, Stephen Bartlett ruined it a little bit for us.
Right.
But let the people, if you're not a foodie, get your huel, stay alive, focus on your craft. Let's leave these people alone.
So hashtag no foodie.
No foodies.
Leave it out.
If you want to be a foodie, fine, but it cannot be the default anymore.
I 100% agree. Do you know what?
I'm done with it.
You can ring this bell. You can ring this bell on this one. All right. Fantastic. I think we should get off here. Right. So, Alfie, what's your story?
My story is my comedy story is probably very common. Like I just started doing open mics. I used to watch a lot of comedy as a kid.
Right. Who was your favorite comedians when you were growing up?
I used to watch like I was usually like Kevin Hart had like
a
few early specials. I used to love.
He's extremely funny.
He's a friend of yours. That's good.
From when he started back in the day.
He's great. I watched a lot of Bo Burnham, a lot of like who else I like, Stuart Lee. Everybody watched, and after a while, you just start like picking up on patterns, and you realize you're not really watching it to enjoy it. You're just watching it to try and like predict the punchlines. And once you get to that point as an obsession, I think you just decide to try an open mic. And then once you do it once, anybody does an open mic once, you either never do it again or you're addicted. So it's crazy on this. This is nice.
So when did you actually start in comedy?
I started in 2022, and I was at university in Bristol, and I kind of hated uni down there, but...
What were you doing? What were you studying?
I was studying economics and philosophy.
Wow, that's so far.
I'm very intelligent, and a lot of people don't know that about me, but I'm a real deep thinker, and I hated it, and in my final term, I was like, before I leave, I'm going to try one open mic, just as like a bucket list thing. So I signed up down to an open mic at a pub called the Smoke and Mirrors down in Bristol. I did 1 5-minute set.
How did that go?
Surprisingly okay. I walked on stage, I got very blinded by the light, like I was not used to having like a stage light. Immediately forgot all my jokes.
Oh no, so you just freezed out?
I just said,
wow.
I panicked and I went, oh my god, this audience is a lot older than I was expecting. These jokes aren't going to land. And they kind of giggled, and immediately I remembered everything. And my jokes were rubbish, like looking back on it, I've got it filmed, and it's awful, and one day maybe I'll post it.
We've got to see that.
It was awful, and then, but I really enjoyed it, and you kind of get the itch, and you're like, I want to feel that feeling again.
So a lot of comedians then go off and start writing, or they just go off observational, or they start talking about your story, their lives. How do you come up with material?
No, I write every word. My first gig, I wrote like brackets laugh for when I thought I was going to get a laugh, or like brackets cheer.
Yeah, and did it work? Were you getting laughs in those places?
Didn't work at all, to be honest. I couldn't predict it. But I thought a lot of people just go on stage and they're like naturally funny, and that's just not me. So according to other people, so I wrote in exactly when I thought I'd get my laughs, and now I don't do that. But I do write and then say on stage word for word what I want to say. I'm not good at finding it on stage. I think that's the thing that you do when you're naturally funny, or when you're a bit older and you just know how to get there.
Definitely. So every comedian you speak to talks about hecklers. You always have those ones that have had one too many, and the audience, they want to try out the comedian, they start shouting at things. How do you deal with hecklers?
I just break down and cry most of the time. It's like I'm at Edinburgh Fringe. This is great. Hecklers. I know, to get the people in. If any of them tell me I'm not funny, I'll kill myself.
How do you deal with hecklers?
What I found is if you just keep saying, what did you say? After a while, it'll really take the sting out of it. And I get heckled for just the most ridiculous reasons. I'll get heckled for like looking like Princess Diana, or sounding like a Tory, like any of those kind of things. I do left-wing material, but I sound like a Tory, so I get heckled by both sides of the political spectrum, which is really fun. If it's a drunk heckler, I'm not. There's a lot of comedians that will be like, should I take this outside? I don't want to take this outside. I'm scared to go outside with members of the public. If you heckle me, you're going to get away with it. Don't do it. But if you are going to get there's a lot of like Jimmy Carr, and they'll be like, I will.
Jimmy Carr can handle
I'll do a comeback. If you want to come back from me, you're going to wait a long time.
You just take the mic, put it down, and go, guys.
I go, that's fair enough. That's fair enough. And if it gets a laugh, I feel really bad. If they get a bigger laugh on their heckle than I get on my joke, I think this is now your gig.
That could actually work. I mean, if you put the mic down and everyone starts booing, not for you, you're booing for the person that did it. Get him out.
If you heckle and you get a bigger laugh than I get in my show, I'll give you the cash I got for that gig.
There you go. That's a good one. So obviously you perform. You mentioned Edinburgh Festival. You perform in a few places. What's been your favourite place to perform, and why?
My favourite place to perform, always in London, not far from here actually. Top Secret Comedy Club.
Mark at Top Secret.
Mark Rothman at Top Secret Comedy.
Incredible.
Makes me a very happy man. That has been by far my favourite club. Welcome to the show. You guys big fans of comedy? I can get some more followers off this. Ooh, okay. We'll just do it from here. I think if anybody's looking for comedy, a little
Patience. On filme un petit chose, mais c'est pas très grave.
We can go round? We want to go round, or we'll film it through?
We'll
film through. There we go. Thank you.
Tu peux être dedans si tu veux.
Is that real French, or is you just made that up? I'd be really impressed if you made that. My favourite club, 100% Top Secret Comedy Club in London. It's feral. It's a basement. It's sticky. It's gross. The seats are too close together, and that's why it's the best. £1 most days of the week as well, and you just get celebs dropping in. Like yesterday, Jack Whitehall and Russell Howard dropped in.
Classic.
I wasn't booked. Shock. But that's always been my favourite club, and I'm going to film a special there October 26th.
October
which
26th.
all of your fans are invited to.
Definitely.
But it's good.
And it's easy to get tickets. You just go to Top Secret
website or alfiedundas.com. But
Perfect.
even if you're not coming to see me, it's like go to the most disgusting comedy club you can find. If the comedy club is nice and comfortable and you feel good, it's not going to be good.
Definitely, I like that. Now, we've got a ritual here on the show. Everybody that comes to the show has to ask a question for the next person. So the person that came before asked a question for you.
Who was the person before me?
He didn't know who you were. We don't disclose. But
he didn't know who
comedian.
I was.
Obviously, he didn't know who was going to come afterwards. And you don't know who's going to come afterwards.
He's not heard of me.
It's Benedict.
That's mental.
Yeah, you know the person anyway. The person is a very simple question. It was just basically, if you were to be booked to perform anywhere in the world, where would be your favourite country to perform in, and why?
Oh, that's a great question. Right. And we're going to open that one up to the public here. We'll do this as special.
We can do it now. Where's Alfie? We never do this on the show, but you know what? And little birdie said to me, you might have a good bonus hot take.
Like, I think if you are posh, privileged, any of those kind of things,
Right.
I don't think you're allowed to have feelings.
But so wait, if you're posh,
now, hear me out.
you're not allowed to have feelings.
I'm posh, I know. I'm the resident advisor on this. Unless you get Jack Whitehall on, this is my question to take. I've seen Saltburn. I've seen Downton Abbey.
Right.
There's not one feeling in those films. If you're posh, you're not allowed to have feelings. And I think that's fine.
Right.
I had one feeling as a child. Dad took me into the garden, shot it in the head.
What you're saying
no,
is
nothing.
people like Prince Harry shouldn't be complaining.
Prince Harry of all people.
Prince Will should
Prince
not
William.
complain. They've got it all good.
Look,
you know,
look.
So posh people could be watching right now and
Hear me
saying,
out. If
look,
you're a
we
posh
got problems
person
too.
watching,
Yeah.
Subscribe to my YouTube. But also, if you're not a posh person, I know you agree with me because
Yeah.
I don't know if you've ever had like a posh or a privileged friend of yours like lose a grandparent, right?
That's quite deep, man. That's quite.
Hold on, hear me out. It's very hard to feel sorry for them when you know that they're financially better off.
Oh, because they're inheriting a lot of money.
It's very hard to go
But
feel
sometimes
sorry
it's
for
not
someone
about the money.
on their new balcony, you know, and they're crying on the new balcony.
Cool. Do you know what? I don't know. I can't agree with that one because you know why I can't agree. I've got a few posh friends, and I think they've got a little bit of feelings, just a
haven't
little
got
bit,
feelings.
not too much.
They haven't got
Not
feelings.
too much. No, we good. We're good.
How do we?
Other
Oh,
side.
we've got out on the end. Oh, good. This will get busy. This is good.
That's good. So what? That will be one where I'm sitting on the fence on. I'm going to sit on the fence
You
on
go to
that
their
one.
funeral. Everyone's like, oh, I'm so sorry for your loss.
Oh,
What
no.
loss? They made a profit. They made a profit off that. Oh, and
They
everyone's
made a
like,
few
oh,
millions.
oh, Mima's in a better place. No,
So
she's
they-
not.
they could be crying
She's
in
in a
a
flat
Bentley.
in Mayfair.
But still, it's
No,
not.
she's in a box,
I still
Jordan.
feel sorry.
She's a
I still
six-foot
feel
box.
sorry.
She had a two-bedroom
It's
flat.
can't be- But anyway, you know what? I disagree on that one.
We can
I
open it up
100%
to the
disagree.
public.
However, you want to see? Open it up.
No, I don't want to get
However,
everybody's
we have a
opinion.
rich one in this show
Yeah.
where the guest asks a question for the next guest. Right?
Yeah.
So, what is your question for the next guest? Think about it, and I want to ask you the question that the previous guest asked.
Yeah.
And that question was, as a comedian,
Yeah.
if you were to be booked to perform in any country in the world, what would be the best country you want to perform in, and why?
It's a great question. I'd also like to point out quite how quiet it has got in this elevator since we
Right.
asked that. Can you just pan to this, please, very quickly, and then pan back to me, just whilst I'm So I'd like to thank you for asking that question at this quest point. Jordan and I are going to have words after the show. Any country I could perform in.
Say my
I'll let
country.
you go. My country will be, and I'll do this as I tap out. If I could perform anywhere, I've actually thought about this a lot recently. At form, I would just go. It'd have to be English speaking because I don't think they'd understand me otherwise. Tell you where I'd love to go. I'd love to go to Canada. I'd love to perform in Canada.
Okay,
I've heard
okay,
they've got a great scene.
Well, it
and
depends on what city in Canada. If you go to Montreal, you have to speak a little bit of French.
well, you know, don't test me. I can figure it out. I would love to perform in Canada because I really want to perform in America, but I'm a bit scared.
Yeah, no, it's
At the moment.
America is a bit hectic. I wouldn't go to America.
So if the
either.
Canadians want to invite me out, I'll
So
go.
Canada, if you're watching, all the bookings in Canada, if you're watching, this
Also,
is a
any other
opportunity.
country that has budget, I'll go.
Fair enough.
I
Fair
will
enough.
dip my morals
There you
for
go.
a
I just go for it.
performance
Even
anywhere.
if it's the posh promoter that is quite
upset
about
going
your
through something.
Well, you still that could be a good idea. You can go and have a
The
debate
posh
with them.
Canadians in Canada
in
Goose.
Toronto.
Oh, a ski resort gig.
Yeah.
I think that could be right up
And
my
they will come and
remit.
put you in the middle. It'll be a trap because they booked you for you to go there, and then they'll all surround you and say, "Hey, you know what?
Ski and
You're
dance.
welcome to the posh community."
Comedy on the slopes.
Remember what you said on the tube?
Yeah, well, if you're upset by anything I've said, you better not be posh. Because I'm going to be really upset about that.
Fair enough. Now, Alfie, what is your question for the next guest?
Next guest, I would like to know if you could have any plant in your house, and you don't have to look after it because that's a ball egg, but it will survive for eternity. What plant or tree or flower would you have Jordan and the debated team maintain in your flat, apartment, home or condo?
Wow.
I've been thinking about that a lot recently, and
I see you have him.
and I think comedians and foliage is just a nice crossover that we can go to for the algorithm. So
I mean, that's going to be.
that's my question to
a
you.
tongue
Any
twister
plant
for
in the
the
world,
next
any
person.
tree,
Yeah.
bonsai, oak, whatever you want, what would you have?
Fantastic. Any plant in the world, whatever you want planted in your house, what would you have? Alfie, thank you very
you,
much.
Jordan.
#debated.
that wraps up our episode of The Debated Show featuring our awesome guest, Alfie Dundas. Make sure to hit that subscribe button. Give us a thumbs up, share your thoughts, and comment on all our platforms. Become a part of the Debated community today at Debated Show.